Hi, Christy. My name is Jasmine. I'm doing a video response to your advanced directives. So, for your pre video, what we both had in common was we both didn't think that this would be too much of a challenging assignment. Um, you were able to discuss your advanced directives with your parents and loved ones prior. However, I've never considered doing one. Um, I know that I've had loved ones who's had them done before, but I've never really considered to do one, you know, for my own. You mentioned it was a touchy subject for your husband due to him losing loved ones, so it's hard to talk to him about, talk to him about you having one and him needing guidance if something were to happen to you. I think we have that in common. Both me and my boyfriend have both lost someone, so I think death in general is kind of a touchy subject for both of us. So I think us sitting around and talking to, what, I've never actually now that I think about it out loud, I never actually thought about sitting down with him, so I can't really speak on how he would feel. I know I would be a little nervous and a little touchy about it. um what we have in common on the 5 wishes, wish number 2, neither one of us want to be in pain. I've given birth before, so those contractions I don't want to feel any pain at all after that. So neither one of us want anything done or omitted by doctors with the intention of taking our lives. If I'm not dying naturally, I don't want you to speed up the process by doing something, even if you think it's in goodwill. Like, I don't want them to do that. We want to be offered food and fluids and kept clean and warm. Just like you said in your videos, this is what I would consider common sense as well. But I think it's a good thing to have it written down just in case, something like that doesn't take place at some of these hospitals. You never know. Um, um, Life support treatment. You made a really good point when you were talking about CPR, because usually when I think of life support, I'm thinking of like hooked up to a machine and like breathing treatments when I'm like already almost dead or something. I didn't really think about like CPR or anything like that. So you brought up a really, really good point about that. Differences would be wish for. You mentioned that you would like, people around you, your loved ones around you, and be touched or something like that. Me, personally, I don't want my loved ones around me. In fact, I want them to be as far away from me as possible. And I kind of mentioned this in my post that I have seen loved ones die. So I wouldn't want my loved ones to have like that memory in their head of me taking my last breath, or, them trying to resuscitate me. It's a really, really graphic last image. So I really don't want anyone around me to see that if that were to take place. You mentioned in your memorial service to have it just be a celebration of life, and that's pretty much what we would, I think. Well, I mean, this is me just saying. I think everyone would want like a celebration of life, just memories of how I was when I was alive and how I've touched you when I was alive and all that. So I think that's a really good thing. For your reflection piece, you mentioned that it wasn't difficult, and you already knew what you wanted. You talked about it before. Um, I think for me, it was a bit difficult because I've never talked about it before. So to actually sit down and trying to figure this stuff out was kind of difficult for me. And like you say, things that you thought is common sense, like we want to be treated with respect, we want to be clean and fed, like warm food and stuff. It wouldn't be common sense to them, so it's good to have that down in writing. But I really liked your piece, and I really liked your post, and I look forward to reading more of your posts because I think we do have a lot in common, and we do have differences too, and it's really good to see like differences between the two. So yeah.